Welcome along, we are live at KCOM Craven Park after Hull Kingston Rovers have won the third Hull derby of the season. They've beaten Hull FC by 18 points to 10. What a way to win it, Paul Cooke. The red and whites, I think, to be fair mate, value winners, weren't they?
Yeah, I thought so. I think on the balance of play they've probably created a few more opportunities. The scoreline, whilst only 18 points to 10, could have been a lot higher on both teams. Both had some real opportunities to score some tries, particularly first half, but on evidence of the game, I think Hull Kingston Rovers have shaded it, and deservedly so.
Matt Parcell gets the golden moment, if you like, at the end, and there's no doubt about it, mate. He was the match winner, wasn't he? Man of the match on the telly, and I think if we'd have had to pick one, he'd have been our man of the match as well.
Yeah, I think so. He had some zip, doesn't he? He had some zip to Hull KR around the ruck, and he had some pace, and he gets everybody else on the front foot. I thought he was fantastic. As soon as he had any opportunity to run, he ran. And that's what he does best. He runs and he causes chaos in and around the ruck. So defended really well as well. I thought in the middle of the field for 80 minutes. He's probably only had a couple of sessions with Hull KR, but full value for them moving heaven and earth to try and get him over the line.
Yeah, and it did take some getting. Kev has been on Facebook saying straight away, why did Leeds get rid of him? Look, clearly they spotted deficiencies in his game that they felt Sean Lunt is a better option for them at this moment. They're doing what they think is right for them, and Tony Smith's doing what he thinks is right for Hull KR.
Yeah, well, Tony notoriously likes quick nines, doesn't he? Darryl Clark at Warrington, his last one, but he likes players that can get out there and cause trouble. So Matt Parcell fits that. It's a piece of business that both clubs wanted to do. It's taken a little bit of getting over the line for Hull KR because they had to get rid of a quarter player in Junior Vai before he could bring Matt Parcell in, but Tony's weaved some sort of magic wand, hasn't he? He's brought in 4 players now, and all 4 of them contributed to a win tonight.
I was going to say, you mentioned the lads, that played last week, the likes of Daniel Murray. I thought he went well. Yeah. Harvey Livett and young Lewis Johnson, on his 3rd Super League game. They've all added, like you said, they've all come in and they've all added something, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. They give some athleticism, don't they, to Hull KR. They've got some big men in Mossimo and Mitch Garbutt. They've got some men that can play bigger minutes now in Livett. George Lawler, who's been a constant for them this year, but Parcell just adds some quality in the middle of the field, some quickness to their attack and some speed, and any lazy defenders in and around there, he's gonna punish them. So I thought it was fantastic tonight. Add to that some experience in Maguire, and Ben Crooks was good. Quinlan at full back now. So you see on the evidence of tonight that there's no way Hull KR can go down, and Leeds are in some trouble, or you'll probably say after Sunday Hull KR bottom again, and they're most likely to go down. So it can easily change over the course of a weekend.
Yeah, it can do. Stephen makes a good point. He said we talk about player welfare a lot. Hull were in the south of France playing in the heat. They've had to come here on a short turnaround, and we did mention many times on TalkSport 2 tonight, they did look a little bit lacking, didn't they?
Yes, they did, but that's no excuse, and that won't be no excuse for Lee Radford. They could have had an away game in Wigan tonight. Listen, they've only had to come across the river, so you look at the fixtures and you think they've been dealt a bit of a bad hand, but listen, somebody had to go to France last weekend and somebody had to play again on Thursday night, so not too much loss for them. They've not lost against a team in Hull KR who are going to trouble them throughout the season, you wouldn't think, over the longevity of it, but it's certainly a defeat that hurts Hull FC and hurts Lee Radford against Hull KR, particularly in this city.
Yeah, look, we talk about, this was labelled the decider by the social media around the game in this city, and it was a decider. Hull KR have won 2 games, so Hull's won in the trio this season, but this hasn't decided anything. It's a dent for Hull FC. They were hoping to get into the top 2. They may still well do that. For Hull KR, they're not safe, but we mentioned again before the game, the last 4 games been really tight. How important they come out on the right side of it.
Yeah, really important for them tonight to come out on the right side of a result which is tight. There've been so many of them this year which they probably should have won that haven't, and then on the flip side of that, there's been games they should have lost and they've just scraped over the line. But to win a tight game tonight, only losing it by 6 points early, and they've got over the top and into the lead. They've stayed in the lead then for the whole game. So it's a big win for Hull KR. I don't think you can underestimate how big a win it is against a team in the top 3 and the nearest and dearest. It gives them some confidence moving forward. We've got to keep the feet on the ground because on Sunday they could be back at the foot of the table. So whilst it's ecstatic now and everybody's on a high, it can quickly change in Super League over the course of the next 3 days.
looking at the fixtures, they go to Wigan next week.
Yeah.
Then they're at Leeds.
Yeah.
We've got that game live on TalkSport 2. Then they're at home to Huddersfield. They'll feel they pick up 2 wins against Leeds and Huddersfield. They'll feel surely they've got 1 foot in Super League.
Yeah, not far off. Again, a lot will depend on the other results, which is what we want from Super League, a competition which is close and keeps everybody involved until the very last games of the season. So it certainly helps for recruitment once you're safe, particularly if you've been in and around the bottom of the table. It'll help you do some business for the 2020 season, and the sooner that can be done for every club the better, which is why you see clubs like Hull FC making signings for next year that they've already made, because they're already safe and they're going to be in Super League, so you can sell that dream straight away. But don't underestimate how big a win it is for OKR, and it's disappointing for Hull FC and Lee Radford because of the magnitude of the game in this city. It's as simple as that.
A lot of people raised eyebrows when we knew Tim Sheens was out of contract end of the season. A lot of people raised eyebrows. Then when Neil Udgell plucked the name of Tony Smith out of the hat, people went, "Oh wow, that's an interesting move."
Yeah.
Compare that to what's happened at Leeds. They sat their coach 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Still no coach.
That worries me. I'm not sure whether Tony maybe got a phone call from Leeds and didn't fancy it at the time, but I don't think there's a better qualified coach to come into a club like Hull KR or Leeds Rhinos or any other club in and around the bottom of the table right now. He's only in on a short-term contract. Whether they want him to stay beyond that's up to them and Tony to decide and to come to an agreement of. But he brings a calmness and a coolness for me, Tony Smith, and that is really important in a situation that any team at the bottom of the table's in. I think Huskies and Rovers are lucky to have him on board.
What's happening at Leeds? We're there live on Sunday. They take on Catalans. They're bottom of the table tonight. A win would lift them back above Hull KR and London, presuming London don't win. But they're playing Catalan at a good time. But what is going on? We've had on Forty20 Live, you're joking about Leeds in crisis, mate, but they are in trouble, aren't they? Are these signings this week, Louis for Lola here and Lunt for Parcell, going to be enough to keep them up?
Well, they'll hope so. I think what Louis gives them is a genuine threat in attack and an option running the football. I think there's too many big players there not playing to their potential. Too many high earners on lots of money. They're in a predicament, that's for certain. There could be in more of a predicament come Sunday afternoon if Catalan do get it right. And let's be honest, if Catalan do get it right, they're a tough team to beat. They're not sat where they've been sat or where they are now in Super League with the points accumulated for no reason or by accident. They're a consistently better team than Leeds over the course of this season, but it doesn't count for too much on Sunday. The result's the biggest thing, isn't it, at Emerald Headingley for Leeds Rhinos? It doesn't matter about a performance. You need to pick up 2 points and pick up 2 points closer to safety.
There's a huge game tomorrow. Wakefield take on Huddersfield, and
another one.
Even with a win, you're not out of it.
No.
But certainly they're both still in it at the moment.
Yes, they are, and both on that downward spiral, aren't they? Between them, they've not won the game for so long. So, Wakefield are going to get some players back, which I think is important for them.
New deals as well for Tupou and Lynn today.
So there's a bit of good news and a good announcement as well. But again, it counts for nothing come game day, does it? It doesn't matter who's staying, who's going, who's going to be here next year. It counts for the game at the weekend, and it is a big game for both clubs because they've not won for so long.
It is. We are live on TalkSport 2 at Headingley on Sunday. What's your gut feeling going into the game, Leeds or the Dragons?
I've picked Leeds. I picked Hull tonight, so that tells you should get all your money on the Dragons, doesn't it? Because I'm the worst in the world. But the home advantage and the spiral that the Catalan Dragons are on would make Leeds favourites for me, but it doesn't always work that way.
No, it doesn't. Paul and I will be live on TalkSport 2 on Sunday afternoon. We will also be back on Monday night. We'll be reviewing the full weekend on Forty20 Live. Thanks to Paul. We'll see you then.